Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing Progressive Capitals on the Europe Advanced map. We're playing as a green player out of the 6th position. And I do not have many good cap options on this board, that is for sure. I think I'm going to be eyeing... Red goes over here. Probably one of these two spots over here. A 2-point hold over Noob Corner, not a bad idea. We'll see where white goes. If white goes on this too, I'll probably avoid that altogether. I don't love blue's cap. Blue could try to roll me here. So could pink, and at that point we'll play a survival game here. I had a bunch of material down here. I actually would have considered this 2 cap here to try to 2-point hold this bottom area. I definitely don't think I go for that now, though. I think blue will likely play for Spain before he plays for this, just because of how much material he sees right off the bat. But maybe not. Maybe he goes for it super aggressively and we lose all that material. Anyway, black caps down here as well. So white does not go here. We've got red up here. I imagine somebody on a 1-point over here. Or 2-point rather for Orient, and this bonus for sure. I'm going to go for Noob Corner. It's not a great cap. Blue could decide to try to roll me right away. I think he likely plays for his own position down here. And that was a correct assumption. So he actually manages to get the split hold on this +3, which will not last. Knocks my 2 out of there, which is a little bit unfortunate. We don't have any clue where the pink player is. But if he only attacks once, I think he might be in the middle here. Multiple attacks makes me think maybe not. This fortified away, so blue had at least 3 territories up here as well. Probably plays for Spain on the next turn regardless of whether or not he holds this, especially if he has this territory and knows that black is here. I also have a little bit of a canker sore on my tongue right now, so if I have a little bit of a lisp in this video, I do apologize. Trying not to inflict too much pain on that at the moment. Let's see what red does with this material. Let's go up or down. It goes down. 5 on 2 could fail. He probably tries it anyway. No, he doesn't. Goes back to capital. Leaving the capital undefended is bizarre. But you do you. I'm not going to try to make a play on that. I could roll a 10 on 4, but then I wouldn't have any defense for myself on the left-hand side. And until I know where pink and white are, I don't really want to overcommit to another part of the board. We have decent access to the center. No blizzards in our general vicinity, so card blocks are at least a little bit more difficult on my position. What I'm going to try to do in this video, and I'll go back through my cap options here in just a moment, but what I want to do is discuss. I had a comment from recent subscriber Ethan in one of my recent videos, and he was asking for essentially some insight onto like strategies and stuff. And I don't always talk about strategies. I kind of just talk about what I'm doing, but I'd like to touch on that at least a little bit in today's game. So first off with caps, cap choice. Picking stuff that isn't inherently right next to people, and also, especially when you're later in the turn order, caps on one or on stacks larger than 1, which I didn't do here. But typically, caps on stacks that are larger than 1 are going to be really, really strong and really, really powerful. Let me. I'll continue touching on it in just a moment. Don't mind me. I was worried that pink was going to be back here. He is seemingly not. I don't want to overcommit, but I might. Even if blue holds, as long as this is a 6 that gets back to cap, I should be fine. And it is. If I lost that roll, maybe not as good for me, but 6th position allows me to take this a bit better than I normally would. And blue does get the bonus here, so he either churns through me here, or he plays for this over here. Fails that roll up top, so it seems like he might know that black is here and is playing a little bit reserved. Pink with no bonus, so if he took something in the middle, got broken, likely by white. So why did I choose this cap then is the follow-up, right? This 2 would have been slightly safer. It's because I had decent vision on 3 of the 5 cap spots, If somebody capped behind me, maybe I don't take it. I think I likely end up closer to the middle of the board with this 2 here. If white went here, because I don't want to compete for bonuses in the early game. Seems like pink might be just sacking his troops off. Not sure what their goal is. Red will be taking Russia very soon. But essentially, I have to try to play, especially on Europe Advance here, you got to try to play for some bonuses in the early game. Build yourself up, put yourself in a position to be stronger. And that was my main goal here, right? So red, I think, will end up being an overly aggressive player in regards to bonus taking here. Or not bonus taking, but yeah, bonus taking, but then also not keeping their capital protected. I think we really might anticipate the red player doing that. So I'm not compelled to break him or do anything of the sort there. And he might not even take the bonus here. If he doesn't take the bonus, I might steal his capital. He does win the 2-on-1 there. Defending with 5s, this 5 doesn't point at the capital. If I get 11 or 12 troops here, I definitely think I roll this. White gets 10. Even with the 6 cap over here, I don't think red will have a leg to stand on to really mess me up. And doubling your capital choices is a decent strategy as well, especially if I got a 14-on-4 here. I almost certainly win that. It's going to be dependent on black not hitting more than 1 of my territories, but we'll really see what happens. White does have a bonus, and I don't think pink was able to retake. But my cap is still, as you can tell, a little bit weak. But with blue having no pathing into that, I'm not terribly worried. But then the other cap options I have, right, I'm not going to cap behind black and blue in here. That's a no-brainer move. And then I'm not going to cap within bonus of or above black, where he can just repeatedly break me. If white went here, a little bit more risk on any of these cap spots because he could just break me right away. But he didn't do that. I'm not going to cap next to red over here because that, again, doesn't make any sense. We are going to take red's capital, however, because if you don't defend your capitals, you're going to lose them. And we get pretty good dice there. Red won't be able to retake that, I don't believe. And then we'll defend our cap over here on the next turn. So red having these 2 5s, simple play here, really. So the reason I take this capital is I'd like to expand my board position. And at some point, you've got to try to get people out of the game. Turn 2, maybe. Turn 3, rather, a little bit. Well, not that was on turn 2. Turn 2 maybe a little bit early for that type of maneuver, but quite frankly, if you're not going to defend your cap, it makes you much easier to remove. He leaves this as a 4 here, doesn't protect it. He'll get 3 or 4 troops on this next turn. He started with 6, so probably 4 troops on this next turn at most. He gets a 9 here, 9-on-9, likely not going to be successful. I also see that this 5 isn't open to this position, so it gives me a lot more of a leg to stand on as far as knocking this player out of here. Blue takes here. For some reason, isn't playing for France, and he lost his bonus. Black hit him on the backside of this bonus over here, which is very interesting. Red has not quit yet, so I think he'll try to retry for his capital, or maybe even tries to backdoor break me over here, right? Churn through Scandi and come hit me. Pink with no bonus, blue with no bonus. I presume black has no bonus as well. I imagine white is still holding theirs, given the good start that they had on their initial turn. But yeah, you got to defend your caps in the early game, especially a 4 is not going to cut it, especially when you know players have bonuses, right? And you leave a 2 here, that's extra, 1 extra troop that I have hitting. I don't have anything facing me. I knew blue didn't have a strong enough bonus to try to take me out of this position, so I don't try to do anything too fancy there. We should get, yeah, I had a feeling we'd have the cap sack there, and that's probably going to be a bot out from the red player. If not this turn, then very, very soon. He repositions the 5, so he doesn't actually even take a card there. He should have tried to roll either this 2 down here or the 5 into my 2 to at least get yourself a card so that you potentially have a trade on 3 and can make a move on this position. Unfortunately for him, he does not do that. So I think my goal here on this next turn is, because he's moved the 5 away from Scandinavia, we take Scandinavia, we get some troops on this cap over here, maybe up to a 10, and then we try to take our Scandinavia to further our bonuses throughout this game, or at least our total territory count, right? If we get hit twice here, we're going to get hit by black here on our 2. He won't take any more, so we will retain that extra troop that we were getting before. He might have even just rolled a 6-on-4 there onto the blue player as well. These 2 players have an infinite trading pocket here that is going to be dangerous if I don't. He actually quit. Oh, that's bad. I don't want his capital, though, honestly. I actually almost wonder if it'd be better if blue took that. And we 2-point card block blue. I don't know why black left that alone. I said get this up to a 10. That's exactly what we'll do. And then we'll play off this over here to take the Scandinavia bonus. Let's knock pink out of there. And this should be, yeah. All of these troops will come back to capital. We do lose 2, but it'll be a 9 on cap. That should be safe enough for now. Take some extra territories. I don't want to play for black's cap here because it's too expensive of an initial hit, and I'd rather see blue suffer the troop loss by having to hit me and this a bunch. If this ends up churning down even further, and we have direct pathing into this on our next turn while holding bonuses and double, triple capitals, etc., then certainly we potentially make a play for it, but not right now. And blue, again, does not have any bonuses, so not super worried. I don't know why black quit right away. Must have gotten bad dice up here, but he had a strong capital. Maybe he discovered blue's cap on this side and just had enough, didn't feel like continuing to play the game. Yeah, we're definitely in a decent position here. Caps aren't crazy strong because we've been working on a bit of board expansion, but eventually with the prospect of taking Russia here, I either anticipate red slamming me or red tries to take a card here on the left into the bonus I just took before continuing to stack on me. I don't really think the prospects are looking great for red here, but we've managed to pivot from some pretty poor cap options. Again, that 4 here, typically you don't want to cap on a 1 when you're late in the turn order because you've got so many people ahead of you, or if one person tries to roll your cap, there's a good chance that if anybody else has vision on that capital, they will try to roll it as well. I had a little bit of benefit that it was the first 2 players in the turn order. If one of them feels that they don't have enough cap security on their own capital, they're likely not going to risk it. And then after that point, right, if pink fails this roll, then like blue doesn't roll it, say, and then pink tries for it and fails, then I'm fine, right? Ideally, black, red, and white don't ever take a look at it because they're not venturing around in here. It just means the start to my game is a little bit slower. Fortunately for us, we had a 12 stack here when we started because we got 8 troops out of the 6th position, and we're able to take all of Noob Corner right away. If you guys were wondering, if you're new to the channel, new to Risk in general, if you're wondering why this is called Noob Corner, typically the UK and Iceland bonuses here just tend to attract newer players to the game. It's not to imply that the position is bad. It's just to imply, like at least from the London cap perspective here, it's not to imply that the position is bad, but rather that that it just attracts a newer variety of players. Iceland caps typically are not very good. Scotland can be okay. Ireland is usually a pretty bad cap spot as well. But Denmark, London, particularly London, tend to be much stronger positions. If this 5 rolls off, does this roll up? If the 5 rolls off, it might be worth trying to break in here. Especially if that rolls to the right. Yeah, so stealing this now, I think, is going to be my best bet. I don't think I am at risk of losing my 9 capital right now, and somehow we're getting 18 troops. So we're going to go steal black's cap right now. And blue is obviously not happy about it. Blue is not going to be happy with us. I didn't think a 6 would still be there. It decided to fortify in front of the blue player, and he actually has one of these bonuses on the backside, so I don't love that. He's going to aggress this. We come down off our 9 cap and steal this from him, especially if he gets bad dice here. Yep, and he gets bad dice, that is for sure. We come down off our 9 cap here and steal this. He has only a 4 on this capital, and he didn't remove me. Black will remove me here, and if it has a trade, it might even roll the capital. He's laughing. He got horrible, horrible dice. That's why you slider your capitals, by the way. I don't think it's possible for him to lose 24 dice if he slider that. And we're actually going to pull up the risk calculator. I can tell you guys what that max 100 or min 100% roll would have been. He hits me with a 30 cap on an 11. I believe that is a 100% roll. It is, and actually, let's drop it down to like 24 itself. 24 is not. 26 on 11 is not. 28 on 11. Actually, 29 on 11 is going to be the lowest 100% roll. So he just happened to get about as bad of dice as you can possibly imagine from that position. Now, we have both blue and pink trading in early here. White is not botted. Neither is pink. So I'm not super worried about a cap security. If black does not roll me here, by the way, we might actually have good avenues into getting blue out of here. White trades early as well. If black trades early, I actually think it's in my best interest to also trade, especially with a +2 on Denmark would not hurt either. We're a little bit vulnerable here. Blue actually might have Italy, now that I think about it, and not this bonus. There's a very real possibility that blue actually exclusively has Italy. I think that might be the case here. So I actually think it's in my best interest to trek down this way instead of over here. But I need to get one of these caps because otherwise I just don't want blue to have the pocket. And black actually does not trade here. So we can go directly off of this and then break here. And we're golden. Now I know black is here. Blue does not know black is here. I don't think I bonus off of this. We trade early despite the fact that black did not trade. Don't hit this. I'd rather just trade it in the middle of the board. I'm going to go... Do I try to take both of these right now? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, pink took that. So pink maybe was playing in here then. And now we know blue has no trade. He actually has already quit. So we might be able to get the blue kill. We won't get the black kill, obviously. Sharing this with pink. But we've knocked black out of here. We got blue up here. Pink with double capital. So I wonder if pink was on the backside of blue here, even capped potentially here. And now he might even come try to aggress me here. He put... What did he put there? 6? Or 12? No, he put all 12 there. He might even sack into me here, which would be a dreadfully poor play. I don't think that's actually a 0% roll either. I imagine a 19 on 16 is a possible cap roll. It is. It's actually a 3.6% cap roll. Knocks me out of here. I don't know if that's to remove my vision or what, but just an extra hit on me probably doesn't hurt. So white is somewhere middle. It seems like pink's over here. Red is getting a decent amount now. I might even be able to clear red clean off the board on this next play. Black bot should trade in down here for the 15 trade unless white actively eliminates it. I might be able to... We see red place most of this over here, but it has 4 more territories, and this is actually going to hit to the right here. So I don't want red to take my cap. I think this is probably the first turn where it's really in my best interest to just play kind of reserved. Maybe we can get lucky enough to have white try to go for the red kill and fail it, thinking he's got enough material, but it did get 4 troops there, so it's got 12 or more territories. Most of them probably... I mean, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them here. It just hit for an 8th. It had at least 5 more on top of that. And white has been getting pretty strong in the middle of the board, so I do have to worry about that at least a little bit. Black trades that should stack. Yeah, right on me here is where most of those troops should go. Does put a little bit up here. 12 is actually going to stay stacked on us. I need to try to flush that down. Let's go 18 here. I want to make sure that the blue bot gets broken. This, I think we're good with just 2 more, and then that defense there should get our caps at least a little bit protected. Ah, okay, we got red in the middle board. And a joker to boot's not too bad. Blue trade, so that gives the red bot a better trade. That actually stacks almost exclusively on me, which is a little bit unfortunate. There's a chance the black bot could trade in and stack on me here. I kind of wanted to clear through this, but I was not lucky enough to have that happen. Pink's still getting 12. I mean, it's also possible pink either trades full aggresses my cap or trades and aggresses black here. Or we get the point where pink actually tries to break through and eliminate me. Maybe he's going for black. It's possible black has still some troops on the backside here, but I think we've got white in Orient and center here, just based off of total troop count. Pink actually rolls to the side here. Pink has made me his enemy for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I don't know what this aggression for him brings to the table. Simply because he... this concerns me a little bit with red here, trading in. Bots give me some protection. If it doesn't trade, I almost think we have to set and try to eliminate it ourselves. No, it does trade. This actually we might get lucky enough that this breaks white down here. It will break us here, which is not great. But that 20... I mean, this 3 probably rolls a little bit, but this 20 could potentially hit white here, unless white's got a bunch stacked there. Seems like it's not going to. White must have enough protecting, which means those are not troops on capital, is what that essentially tells me. Keeps pulling troops over here. But clearly pink wants to make an impact on me. I don't love it. Blue is already traded. Black, if black gets to 4, I think it's worth the elimination. White down to 17 now. Yeah, I guess because I took black's cap, pink took this one, and then pink got mad at me for taking it. I don't know if that's a correct evaluation of what happened here. Black gets to 4. Trades already. Oh, this actually, if pink was holding here, this will hit pink. This won't even hit me. If pink is holding off cap here, like I think he might be, this will hit him. Okay. Didn't lose anything on its roll, so who knows what that really means. I think my best bet here is to start pruning red up top a little bit with this capital. Black won't be trading, red won't be trading. Let's get this up to a 20. This up to a 20. And then we'll use the rest of this over here. It's possible white tries to make a play on me, but... ooh, that is tough dice. But the goal behind that maneuver is, like, red shouldn't place too much here. It should try to roll off one of these other positions. Blue does hold here. Now, it placing here, that was 4 of its 7 troops. It might have cards elsewhere. I think pink is capped on Gascony. So the reason I think that is blue stacking here against me. Pink down to 11 now, so it's just double capital in this position. He might have lost... What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He did lose some of this material in here as well. Now, he trades. So if he comes and hits this capital, there's a lot of extra troopage here that could make this a very expensive play for him. To the point where he's got to defend himself against all of this material. He might come hit me. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. I'm trying to kind of hold out. Oh, comes off with a 24 up here. He's got no means to breaking me here, but he might loop around. I think he probably hits black here and comes and breaks me, and then we'll just clean his crap out of here. Yeah, he's going to come break me. Yeah, pink is being too neighborly aggressive here, unfortunately. I don't like this play from him. It's a very easy play for me to retaliate against, and he doesn't actually have the time to even break me there. So he just exposes about 24 troops up here to certain removal, and doesn't ever make the play on the cap, right? So that's, he got 42 total troops across, or 41 total troops across that, and most of them we see up here. Bit of a bizarre play, if you ask me. Now, I think we've got mostly white down here. So we should have mostly black behind ourselves. White is oopsing the bot. So that is probably enough information for us to gather this player's ability. I think we're in a good position as long as I can take out one of these human players. And if white is so focused solely on the red player, the red bot rather, we might have a means of removal of one of our other opponents. Now, he actually blasts through a 60 stack here. He loses 30 on my cap. So if we set in and kill red here, That was a way overly aggressive move by white. I don't actually think that was even potentially worth it. I don't think he has strong enough defense on his capital. That was a really, really aggressive play by white to blast through there and take my capital with a 20 bomb off and then losing 30 here. He had even more troops defending here, and I don't think he was capped here. We had vision on this. So I actually think I play off of my 20 here. Black not on a trade, pink not on a trade, white not on a trade, red could be. So none of these players will actually be able to make any meaningful play off of my maneuver here. So I think my best bet, we know red's not in here. I think my best bet is actually playing up here and taking out red. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to need in the middle. I definitely know I don't need that much down to the right here because of what he just hit. But I'd like to explore. So, put a 15 there for defense. Can I get blue here as well? Blue would trade me in immediately. Does. And white actually has a really, really good defense over his capitals right now. I'm kind of surprised by that. Let's increase our chances of getting our artillery on the next turn. I would trade in off of black getting here this kill as well, right? So, have to use the Joker, unfortunately. I probably get aggressed by white here, but I think we just need to snuff pink out of the game. And we should be able to do that. If I have a set on 3, I'll be able to kill pink easy. I do. All right, so pink dies. And then we have to play the 1v1 against white at a pretty bad troop advantage, admittedly. We'll be at a pretty considerable troop advantage. Disadvantage, rather. Inevitably here. Because pink has kind of put a weird target on me. Trade is 55. I should hold enough board here. He hasn't opened me, though, and he doesn't take here. So I actually don't know that I'll be able to eliminate pink on this next turn. It's possible white goes for it himself, but he had weirdly, I guess he was getting 18 for a few turns there and traded, but the fact that this cap still had 40 on it, he was able to put a 15 here and then 30 here after rolling me with a 60. He had a 60 sec, he hit a 20, so he had to have more than 20 and more than 80, or probably about 75 here. Good breaks there by pink. I respect that quite a bit. Just gotta hope he doesn't have a set on 3. We let white get 20. Pink might actually live here because he didn't reopen me. I probably should have left him open just so I could eliminate him on the next turn, but I didn't know what he would be at. We'll just have to land some troops on this cap. I'm not going to get overzealous on this next turn. I think we'll anticipate white taking Russia here. He might even clear some of pink off the board for me, though. If he clears enough of pink off the board, I actually should still have the juice to take the elimination here. Our trade-in should be enough with how many troops we're going to get. And then as long as this stuff gets taken out, we'll be able to take it ourselves. And we should have enough cap defense to survive whatever white is willing to throw at us on the next turn. I need him to... He doesn't take this out. So we will need to leave 6 troops here. If I go 6 here... This comes right up this way, exactly where we need. Yeah, he is out of there. Let's hit this. I'm glad that won. Just slidering to try to save troops to make sure we get the elimination. We'll be on 4 cards after this turn. This should be a 100% roll. These are all very risky plays that I'm making here. We actually get very good dice on that. So I cannot break through him. This cap is actually pretty important. I'd like to defend... I don't have any means of breaking white any further here, so... although I should knock him down some extra troops. We can fortify. Yeah, get that fortified. If he's got a trade on 3, he might be able to cap run. If he doesn't have the trade on... I actually don't have a trade on 4, so that's not great. That's actually quite bad. If we can get him to roll a cap here, that would be great. So a little risky play there, but I think getting pink off the board so I'm in the 1v1 based off of the skill, and he gets an even roll there. I was going to say, based off of the skill of the opponent that I've seen. Now, he has 46 here. He only leaves 5 there. So if he comes down this way, he does not open this cap. He also has not broken over here, and his speed isn't good enough. So what's the strategy? Well, the strategy is he can't roll either of these caps, and now he's completely off this. Only one of these stacks can get back to his center capital. So we just got to make sure we break these bonuses, take our cap back here, and then we've got all of this defended. Now, I do have these on a 2-point hold. Given how many troops he's getting, I've got to be a little bit careful. It actually makes more sense, I think, to keep these all separated. This 14 goes back to this cap here. We get 40 troops. So I think we take this back. And then we actually hit through this over here, I think. Because we know the cap run is going to come, we need to make sure he's getting as few troops as possible, because he'll probably, again, attempt to cap run. He's got a 23 sitting in my face here. I just need to make sure I get a break on everything I can break. Do I open the 14? I don't think I open the 14. I'll open it backside. And then I've got the 3 to fortify. I think we do it to this capital. Again, could cap run here with a trade in. But he's only getting 9 as opposed to the greater amount of troops he was getting before. And he's got to hit 3 caps here. Or 4 caps, rather. Each with 13 or more troops on it. Get 37 here. If you split the totals, I don't think you're able to complete the cap run. He puts everything together. 92 troops. Hitting a 22 first. Loses 38. 53 to take out 35 plus 48. I don't think you do. And with that split, you're not going to have the pathing to get back down here. That should be game. I simply don't think he has the time or ability to break everything, and he can only fortify to 1 place. So we just get these caps back for free, and we've managed to finagle this player down. This was a really clean game from my perspective. A couple risks taken here or there, but this is the name of the game. You got to try to take the risks. So I think this was really, really a fun one here, and he might even step off cap here completely. I won't bother world domming this player. Does the 14 come off? He gets back to cap, but should be a pretty easy peasy cap run here. Let's just drop our 4 here, our 4 here. Get about 32 should be enough there, and then that should be enough here. Good game, sir. Good game. Well played. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it this way, I don't want a world dom. I'd rather just win. I think this is 100%. 93%, so not guaranteed. We actually get very, very close to not getting it there. Good game. Well played. And a big old thumbs up to the white player. He gave it his best shot, and honestly, he held a much stronger position there than I even thought he was able to. Get an even roll at the end as well, which is pretty bonkers. I want to give a shout-out before we get to the ranks here. Samuel Banan, Jay Athanasius, Mitchell Duckworth, Trevor Patrick Schmidt, Tomas Neithammer, and Joao Victor Flores Cruz Santos. Thank you guys very much for subscribing. If you want to get a shout out in an upcoming video, all you got to do is subscribe. Make sure you got public subscriptions on. I'll give you that shout out that I fully believe you deserve. Surprisingly, both of our pocket cap players were experts. Everybody else, beginner or novice. Red, the novice here, did not defend his capital. Don't be like Red, everybody. Defend your capitals. Make sure you got extra troops on there, especially with the 5s here. Not even holding a bonus yet. He's trying to defend a bonus that he does not yet have. You're going to lose your cap if you try to do that. Pink was a little bit overly aggressive, but in the wrong way, aggressing a player that he wasn't going to be able to eliminate. There were kills on the table there. White, once he hit the 20 over here of red, gave me a freebie for eliminating the red player, And then we managed to chain that into blue on the same turn to force the auto trade. And always got to be looking out for those auto trade-ins as well. If you can trade in turn, you increase your chances of winning the game for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with Tier List Tuesday tomorrow. As always, everybody, I have been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.